I like the fact that whatever you got done in the French focus tree like holds over as bonuses now. Means that your decisions really have consequence. Am I still buying a ton of oil? Trying to. So do I actually have... no. I'm actually getting this oil for free right now. I'm okay with this. So what we could do is start up some of the... Oh, let's... Ah, we lost a bunch of admirals too. Well, it looks like we're going to be most active here in Libya. So we lost the carrier, so we're just going to remove you from the list. We have 4 heavy ships complete total, so we need 16 destroyers. We have 3 recons. I think I might just merge you together as well. We have 1 mine-laying submarine. And a bunch of regular subs. And 1 destroyer, which we will set in here. Okay, who's going to command what? So, Jean de Laborde is commanding the strike fleet. Okay. Then the recon does not have a commander. Abriel was going to be the recon? No, sorry, not recon. Escorts. I'll split you in half. You're still in charge of them. You're right, we don't have any escorts. We do need a new recon admiral though, so we're going to hire 1. Another aviation expert. What is it, France, with their aviation enthusiasts? You have 1 carrier. It's not even a particularly good carrier. Saw a comment on YouTube saying the new dev note tells the ratio is 1 to 3 capital ships or screens. It should interest you. That's not true. I checked that earlier, and it's still 4 to 1. Logistics specialist, fleet logistics specialist. What's that? Oh, naval range. Yeah, see, none of those are very strong. We probably do want to have a theorist. Honorary Juror. Because we are really far behind in terms of land doctrine. Although we also really don't need the experience gain. And it's not like I'm in a hurry to do anything at the moment. I mean, we are just kind of chilling in England currently. So maybe we want to upgrade tank designer? Reliability soft attack armor. No, that's only with you. Let's see, we can't get these two. So it's going to be Renault, armor and hard attack, or reliability soft attack. I mean, APX applied to a medium SPG would be quite strong. But I don't really need SPGs because we have cheap artillery. Huzzah! Which would kind of suggest it'd be Renault. I really wish that design companies in this actually gave bonuses like those armor ones did. For the most part, this just seems pointless. Democratic reformer, technocrat, backroom staller, war industrialist, captain of industry would allow us to get civilian factories faster if we had any civilian factories in the first place to actually build. Division attack, division defense, or speed. I mean, the thing that we're probably going to be the most concerned about is attrition. We cannot afford attrition. Okay, Leclerc has got some really good special forces. So maybe we just go heavy marines. Marines and artillery. Meanwolf coming in with a 25-month resubscription. Thank you very, very much for that, Meanwolf. Very much appreciate it. Thank you. Almost 30 months. Yeah, 5 more. Looking forward to playing as Spain with the DLC. The Civil War looks like fun. I mean, my attempts to intervene in the Civil War were certainly fun. Has Spain chosen a side yet? Yeah. They're currently a Soviet puppet. Republicans won for some reason. I couldn't possibly comment as to the internal political going-ons in Spain. The reason for France's weakness is definitely not related to that. Strikes. What factories? Production in several apparent factories has slowed down dramatically over the past few days as the workers have declared a strike on the war production, demanding peace and bread. They have so far refused all attempts to negotiate a settlement. Some in the government have advocated a sharp military response, followed by a swift execution of the ringleaders as enemy agents and traitors. However, others in the civil service have recommended a more measured approach, pointing out that the heavy-handed response may well backfire if the soldiers involved are not as loyal as we thought they were. This will blow over, make a military demonstration. Make propaganda heroes out of the people still willing to work. Propaganda heroes out of those willing to work. It's not like I'm using the political power for anything else. Neutral Vichy means that Spain's northern border is now really, really narrow. That is true. And when Germany goes after Russia, Spain will join. Treaty of Craiova. More concessions have been forced on the Kingdom of Romania, with the Bulgaria reclaiming southern Dobruja. The territory was annexed by Romania in 1913 after the Second Balkan War, and is still mostly populated by ethnic Bulgarians and Turks. Regardless of the reasoning, the Kingdom of Romania now stands significantly weakened. That's French spirit for you, striking in factories even when they don't exist. Yeah, it just feels like there's not a huge amount I can do. I'm kind of waiting for my agents to finish their work in Germany, then I can start playing around with resistance. Because I haven't had much to do with resistance. So I'm kind of curious about how it all works. That is a naval invasion in North. That's a problem.
Attention. Aux ordres. Gardez vos rangs.
Meanwhile, the Royal Navy is demolishing their troops. Reinforcements arrived. We're fine. Thanks for that, Sano. That would have been very bad. Let's have you loop around behind her. Britain's already doing it. Never mind, then.
Continuez d'avancer. Écoutez.
Okay, new technologies. Still 1940. We want to upgrade the artillery because I am intending to use artillery. Recon, maybe? They did change how recon works, and I haven't really investigated that yet. Let's take a look. Because there's now light armoured recon, motorised recon, and regular recon. I'm guessing the light armoured... Yeah, they use armoured cars. Interesting. So the light armoured recon gives you 2 recon there, by far and away the most effective. Organisation's the same regardless. Motorised recon gives you the most defense. Armoured recon gives you the most breakthrough. And also the most armor. In fact, that's a massive armor boost. 5.2 from one unit. Huh. Not to mention speed boosts. %20 movement in deserts with motorized. 15 with recon. 10 with tanks. So the motorized are the fastest. Light armored are the most recon. Armored is the most, like, just bonuses, and then cavalry is the cheapest. What does recon even do? It gives reconnaissance, and the higher your reconnaissance attribute compared to your opponent is the more likely your general will choose a tactic which counters the opponent general tactic. It can be quite strong. Do the Axis have a chance in the new DLC? I mean, they beat us pretty easily. So, yes.
Pas de pitié.
We are still short on motorized. We do now have guns, but that's mostly because we just got a thing which gave us a bunch of guns. However, having better recon does sound like it might be more useful nowadays. So let's go ahead and do that. AI has been programmed to coordinate better naval invasions now. Yeah, I noticed. It almost cost us. Although I've already capitulated, so losing Tripoli wouldn't have actually mattered. But I'd still rather not.
Continuez l'attaque.
Bish. Ooh. You know what would be good? Maintenance. Because we can capture stuff. You know what? Let's switch to this instead. Yeah, I have a feeling the maintenance company is going to be better for us. The Dewatain D520, the fighter that should have won the Battle of France, but arrived just too late. They were very good, a match for the BF-109Es, but weren't enough of them to make a difference, and the MS-406 got shot out of the sky by the Germans. Tier 2 fighters. Well, they arrive in 1940, so yeah, I would say that's pretty well timed. I mean, given your time in Spain, I don't know how much they beat you and not just cleaned you up. We made them bleed. Like, they have already lost 1 million troops, and a lot of that was to me. 250,000 Italians and 240,000 Germans. Like, we made them pay for every step of territory that they went through. You know what, I'm going to deploy these in different locations. Let's put these guys in Dover. And I'm kind of lucky that I managed to escape with as many troops as I did. We are still a pretty hefty military power. Is this finished? Almost. Kingdom of Romania cedes Bessarabia to the Soviet Union. Kingdom of Romania has been forced to give in to an ultimatum by the Soviet Union. The territories of Bessarabia have been passed to Soviet control, and the Romanian state is left with its borders diminished. It remains to be seen how the Kingdom of Romania will avoid further losses. There is one criticism I would level against the espionage system in this game, and there's no pop-up when you finish an operation. Soviet Union claims Bessarabia, even though they just took it. Get a little 1 over here to say you've done it, but like if you rescue an operative, there's nothing to say you've rescued the operative. I kind of wish there was. Is it worth slipping some of the army off to the Pacific and taking New Caledonia? Be able to trade the chromium. At this point of the war, we wouldn't be selling much chromium, but that's not to say it's a bad idea, because it's not. So let's send the weakest 3 units. And we'll send our naval invader person, which is you. Heroes on the production front. Industrial war is more than just divisions marching and planes bombing. It is more about the duty of a soldier to fight and die for their country. An industrial war is won, first and foremost, in the factories and the foundries. To abandon the battle on the assembly line is no better than abandoning it on the front line, and the victories of the assembly line should be celebrated just as much as the ones won by the front line. All available propaganda resources have been rerouted to show the work of the armaments workers in the best possible light. Charles de Gaulle has personally approved a new award to be given to workers who have exceeded their quota by more than 100%, and the first recipients have been sent on tours around the country to instruct other workers in their methods. It appears that this has made a lot of strikers reconsider their stance. Work has resumed in all previously affected factories. Heroes one and all gain stability. I think I need one more stability and then I'm immune to strikes. I think they happen below 50%. Which would suggest that we probably want to get the Humble Appeaser. Except he's no longer valid. Right. Is this not a core? No, it's a colony. Tahiti considers it to be core. Although I have a feeling that Tahiti is fairly positive towards us. Yeah, 70%. They're one of the most collaborative. Rifus Absurd is done. Connection to the industrialist compliance growth speed in our states occupied by enemy minus 15%. Resistance growth speed in our states occupied by the enemy plus 10%. And then the Marquis. Yeah, we can really boost resistance with those. But it is time for me to try and expand. Colonial territories in various parts of the world have a chance to switch to our side at 2 off-map civilian factories. While the metropolitan areas of France may well fall into the enemy, much of the Empire still remains free. If we can rally them to our aid, we can take the fight back to the enemy. And there it is, we've finished. We have gained insight into the advanced technology, the Panhard 165, which I think is their armoured car. We lost the army of infiltration, that's fine. So if we now go to the research, go to the armoured car, yeah, we have a 200% bonus on getting the Panhard. So we can get this in just 51 days now. Alright, let's do some more spying. First of all, though, I want to spread intel in France. Actually, you're a linguist. Let's send you to Brandenburg so you can get German, hopefully. You're also a linguist. You're a seducer. So you stay here in France. We're going to work on Spain. We're going to try and make them democratic. I know I should probably be spying on Italy because our main enemy is going to be Italy right now. Oh yeah, we could be helping Norway. You know what? I like that idea.
Écoutez. Gardez vos rangs.
Let's see what we can do. Skilled staffer, bigger army, reconnaissance. I think I'm going to go with the reconnaissance. Also, you have got the better defense. That's going to be your main job. Where are you sailing from?
Gardez vos rangs.
Yeah, I don't want you going through the English Channel.
Écoutez. Bougez-vous.
And I definitely Don't want you going through the eastern North Sea.
Gardez vos rangs.
Consider that again, please. Nope, that's still the eastern North Sea. Huzzah! Well, we can change their direction
Gardez vos rangs.
when they're at sea.
Aux ordres.
Okay. We're going the right way now. Hadn't realised that Norway hadn't fallen yet. Okay, they are dropping a lot of troops here.
Gardez vos rangs.
What's supply like? 11 out of 30. If I used my irregular forces in the north and then the regulars down here, we could probably help them.
Bougez-vous.
Let's do it. Yeah, I think I probably will.
Aux ordres.
Because they are pouring in with troops over here. UK is called Yugoslavia in. Yugoslavia joined the Allies. Germany declared war on Yugoslavia. Trotsky survives assassination attempt. After a violent struggle in his Mexico City home earlier today, Leon Trotsky was killed a would-be assassin with an ice axe the man tried to attack him with. The killer has been identified as a Spanish national, believed to have been in the employ of the NKVD. Trotsky was once the top lieutenant to the heir presumptive of Vladimir Lenin, but after a failed power struggle he was forced into exile from the Soviet Union by Joseph Stalin. Speaking to the press, Trotsky denounced the attempt on his life as yet another cowardly plot hatched by Stalin to silence his critics. Can I send the Navy to support them? I don't really want to do much with the Navy because I don't have a huge amount of oil. In fact, I generate 48 oil a day. So the less I do with the Navy, the better. And yeah, we're not actually getting anything from that.
Aux ordres. Écoutez.
I just realised I actually lost... Oh no, we have two of the good tank divisions.
Arrêt.
What would it cost to upgrade you to the good ones? 240 light tanks, 149 motorised. No. Yes, please, British Raj, send me convoys. By all means.
Gardez vos rangs.
Okay, you guys have arrived, so we're going to turn off defending that. We'll say continue defending Oslo and Trondheim. And we'll send in the regulars to go and deal with this.
Écoutez. Écoutez.
And please take the train where possible.
Aux ordres. Continuez d'avancer. Arrêt.
Oh, the rest of you are over here. How are we doing for supply? Plenty. Come on over. The water's warm. The fall of Nanjing, the capital of the Republic of China, Nanjing has been occupied by forces from the Empire of Japan. Despite fierce resistance from the walled city's Chinese defenders, Japanese troops managed to capture Zhongshan Gate and fought their way into the city. Sporadic gunfire can still be heard, and several fires were raging in different parts of the city, but most surviving Chinese forces have either withdrawn or been captured. Along with the capture of Shanghai, this is a significant victory for Japan in their war against China. Yeah, that was something I didn't realise. Nanjing was the capital at the time. Which means it's an even more important city in League of the Eight Provinces than I realised. What's the impact of low supply? You take attrition. It's like all of these guys are going to be taking attrition right now because their supply is going to be garbage.
Écoutez.
I don't have anyone in Stravanga. Or Christian Sand.
Écoutez.
Okay, that can be fixed.
Paré. Attention. Gardez vos rangs. Tirs ennemis.
Oslo is being fortified, mostly by the British. That's being done. And all of the ports up here are being done. Okay. So Germany has only got one entry, and that's Bergen. And they are supplying a lot of troops in this one spot. And so should be taking a ton of attrition damage. I'm kind of happy just to leave them trapped here, suffering.
Continue l'attaque.
Indochina remains with Vichy. The local governor of Indochina has officially and publicly refused to even consider switching sides to support our government. In a radio address to the colony, he also announced a harsh crackdown on any groups that sought to unilaterally and irresponsibly act to change this status. He is a coward and a traitor. Alright, so let's do the intervention in North Africa first. I think that makes the most sense. Unlocks a decision, prepare coup in North Africa. Unlocks a decision, promise independence to North Africa. North Africa presents the best possible staging ground for an invasion to retake the homeland. Turning it to our side is vital for our campaign of liberation.
Paré.
Hope the Royal Navy starts sinking their supply convoys. I have a feeling that they will. Yeah, Germany is going to have to attack out into the mountains. I would say that Norway is looking fairly safe. Also, we do have some military civilian factories. So where do we want to build up? Tripoli? There is some industrial potential here. Sardinia has some. Yeah, looks like Tripoli might be the best case. Oh no, Caribbean has a bit as well. But I think Tripoli makes the most sense to have as like our base of operations. So how about we build 2 more civilian factories here, and then try and get some more militaries. I mean, this is going to take a long time. Syria remains with Vichy. The local administrator in Vichy in Syria has chosen to ignore our appeal entirely. Some sources indicate there was a brief discussion behind closed doors, but ultimately there's been no official comment on the radio appeal or actions taken to support our cause.